Hey book buddies, how's it going? I just want to make a quick video today and I'm filming in front of my new bookshelves. I'm gonna do a bookshelf tour at some point in the next couple of months because when I moved a few months ago I made a bookshelf tour of my old place and now I'm gonna do a bookshelf tour of my new place, but it'll just take some time to do, but I'm so excited to show you my shelves and some more of my favorite titles. But this is just a quick video today talking about the books that I'm going to bring on my holiday, because I'm about to go on holiday for 2 weeks around New England. I'm doing a road trip around New England, which is quite weird because I'm actually from New England. I was born and raised in the state of Maine, but I've spent my whole adult life living in London, England. So it's going to be quite funny going back there as a tourist and seeing it from that whole perspective. But I'm going around a number of different states. I'm going to see some family, I'm going to stop in some national parks and go on some hikes, and then go to some of the cities around New England, but I'll also be going to lots of bookstores. So actually I want your advice, because living in England I see a lot of new UK publications, but then a lot of things are published in the US long before they're published in the UK. So if you live in America, I want your advice about what's new being published in America. What should I look out for in bookstores? Because I'll want to do a lot of book shopping while I'm there. But also, of course, I'm going to bring books with me to read on holiday. So these are some of the titles that I'm going to be lugging around with me. I'm going to start with the Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio. This is a big, huge, massive book, a classic work of literature that I'm going to be reading because I'm joining Adam over at Memento Mori's Decameron Marathon. Through the month of September, he and other people are going to be reading this massive tome. It's almost 1,000 pages. It takes place in 1348 Florence when the Black Death is sweeping across Europe and 10 people sequester themselves away to try to shelter themselves from this plague that's coming through, and they just tell each other stories. So it's composed of a number of different tales in all different styles. It'll be really fun and enjoyable to go on this whole odyssey. And you'd think that a book this big would be enough for 2 weeks, but oh no, I want a selection of books, don't I? I mean, you don't want to be stuck somewhere and feeling like you want to read something else. I mean, of course, I've got my Kindle, which has like 200, 300 something titles on it, but that's not enough either. I want physical books as well. So I also want some short stories with me. I'm going to bring along the new edition of the Best American Short Stories. It's edited this year by Meg Wolitzer, and I always love reading this anthology because it has a good mixture of some authors that I know and some authors I don't know, so it's a good chance to discover a lot of new authors. And this year there's authors in it like Emma Cline and Lauren Groff and T.C. Boyle, but then there's also others that I've been wanting to read, like Jess Walter, so I'm eager to start dipping into this. And then I'm also bringing along Exit West by Mohsin Hamid, and I'm really eager to see what I make of this book because I know some people really love it and really responded to it. But then I've been hearing some more critical things too. I was listening to this podcast called Mostly Lit, and they were quite critical of it, and then the YouTuber Matthew Sharapa, he's been reading it recently and having mixed feelings about it. So I'm interested to see where I'll fall in that whole camp, but of course I'm eager to read it because it's on the Man Booker long list this year, and it's fairly short, so I think I can get through it before the shortlist is announced. Then there is a new novel called The Parcel by Anosh Irani, and I'm so eager to read this because it's about an intersex character living in India, and I'm really curious about the whole queer scene in India and reading more about that community. Then I'm bringing along another novel that's just been published in September, The Woodcutter and His Family by Frank McGuinness. And I love Irish literature, so I'm always eager to keep up with Irish literature. And this comes with a blurb by Sebastian Barry, who is also on the Man Booker long list. And he says about this novel that it has the texture of a masterwork, uncompromising, adroit, properly audacious, the offspring of a radiant curiosity. It's about a writer in Zurich in the year 1941 when the war is raging on. So this sounds like a really immersive novel. And then just to balance it out, I'm going to bring along some poems as well. Night Sky with Exit Wounds by Ocean Vuong. This is a poetry collection that has just come out this year and has been getting a lot of praise, and I keep meaning to get to it and meaning to get to it, so I'm bringing it along along with the hopes that I actually get to it this time. So that's what I'm going to be bringing along, but like I said, I'm going to be doing lots of book shopping, so please let me know some suggestions of things I should look out for in American bookstores. I always find when I travel back to America, I have lots of time to read in the morning because with the shift in time zones, I naturally wake up quite early, and that gives me a good few hours of reading time. So I'll speak to you again soon. I've recorded a couple of videos that I can post while I'm away, and I hope you're all doing well. Happy reading, everyone!